That's a great result. There's some room. They all go tumbling down.
There's the double.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Coca-Cola 10-pin Classic at the Richlands Centre in Brisbane. I'm Terry Kennedy. Well, two of the contrasting teams in this championship, they clash today. Jeanette Baker, the under-21s and the Masters, age no barrier.
Absolutely not. We've got the babies of the group here, the under-21s, versus the Masters, the maturer part of the group.
The under-21s, they'll be headed up there, the young guns, and headed up by Brad Hampson. He's engaged to Amanda, who is second up, 18 years of age from Wollongong, and a current average of 202. And third up, one of the giants of this championship, David Brooker, 17 years of age, and already he's had 3 perfect games.
The Masters are head by Gary Bernardin, who's the captain, alias Batman. He's 52 years of age from here in Brisbane, followed by Mary Flower, one of the stalwart competitors from here in Brisbane for a long time. Thirdly, John Willans, 53 years of age. He's a traffic administrator and a current average of 196.
Contrasting age groups and also contrasting styles here, Jeanette.
That's right. We're going to see quite a difference. The Masters will be using the stroke technique, the simple down and in shot, whereas we're going to see the under-21s using a lot of lane.
Gary Bernardin leading off the Masters. He's the skipper. It's coming back.
Fraction high that time. He started to ride it. He thought it might hold, but unfortunately he didn't. As we see the shot there, he's happy with it, but no, just hooking that little bit too much on the end. Breaking up the split though, and leaving him with the 2 pins in the right-hand corner, the 6-10.
Should knock these spares over. No problem. So, without any troubles at all. So the man they call Batman starts, shuts the frame down for the Masters.
That's right, using all the lane. That gives the bowler the opportunity to use the maximum width of the pins and the ball to go for the spare.
First up, an exciting young player on the Australian circuit, Brad Hampson from Wollongong. Get up. Hooking it back.
Yes.
And starts with a strike. The under-21s.
Brad Hampson, a lot of experience, good, solid technique. As I say, likes to use a lot of the lane, gets the reaction he wants on the pins.
Always a terrific way to start, isn't it? Just a great confidence booster.
That's a confidence booster, not for himself personally, but also for the team. They've currently got the high game of the series, 238, starting off with heaps of strikes.
Mary Flower looking to fight back. One just left.
Again, just showing the difference in the reaction of the pins with the 2 different techniques. We saw Brad Hampson, who used a lot of lane and a lot of wrist, able to get the mix and take the 10 pins, whereas Mary, more simplistic style of swing and roll the ball, that time leaving the 7-pin in the left-hand corner.
Mary Flower, she's been bowling for 22 years. That's a wealth of experience, and she's going to use it here. And knock over the spare.
She's relieved she's got that one out of the way. Deep, heavy sigh of relief.
Well, the
7-pin.
Enjoying themselves as well.
Absolutely. That's one great thing about the Masters is, and particularly Mary, she's been out on the circuit for a long time. I've known Mary for many, many years. And God bless her, she really enjoys her bowling.
Amanda Bradley.
Sends it out, gives it room, comes back. Oh, just that fraction light. Leaving the 3 pins on the left-hand side of the lane.
Amanda is only 18 years of age. She's a student also from Wollongong and been bowling for 7 years.
That's right, and in those 7 years she's really come to the fore as a force to be reckoned with in the future in the last, I believe, 2 years. But what future has she got? Fantastic. Covering the spare, no problems.
Does it like a veteran.
Exactly, so robotic. That's one thing about these kids, that you look at their technique and think, oh my gosh, how do they do it? But they take what they've got and they do it repeatedly and repeatedly.
And once again, we have this battle between youth and experience. The old stages, there's no way they would like these young kids teaching them a lesson.
But they know psychologically they'll be coming in as the underdog, so they'll be a little bit defensive, As we see John Willans, his first shot. Oh, it's crossed over way too far.
Back on it.
Leaving the 4 pins standing. Count of 6. Inside target. Pointing it up too much. 6 is the count. Comes back to shoot the spare. Taking up his line.
Has a perfect game to his credit, John Williams.
Oh, and he's chopped it.
Hi, I'm Dick Ritker. I'd like to show you how to get the thumb out of the ball at the correct time. Part of that release of the ball is to keep the fingers bent even after the ball has been released. If you have a ball at home and a mate who can help, you can do this at home. If not, do it on the concourse of the bowling center. Have the mate hold the ball. Have them touch you on the knee. That's where the thumb releases. Bring the ball slowly forward and let the thumb come out and slightly down. We'll demonstrate that again. The thumb comes out right at the knee and comes slightly down. That's the correct place to release the ball.
The Masters and the under-21s doing battle here in the Coca Cola 10-pin Classic. Richlands in Brisbane. Gary Bernardi now up for the Masters. He's the captain. Looking for the team's first strike of this third round encounter. Can Bernardi come up with it?
Yes,
He can. Gary Bernardi.
answering the challenge of the younger ones. Gets the strike. Best way to cover an open frame is to come back with a strike. Good, solid direction. Simple. And rides it. Yes, I've got it. As we see there, good, solid strike. Perfect textbook stuff.
Brad Hampson, who opened the game, the under-21s with a strike, looking for his second successive strike.
Yes!
Down they go, all 10 pins, rattling away. So, if they are nervous, these youngsters, they're certainly not showing it.
Well, they've come into this tournament, the babies. They've got nothing to lose. They've got everything to gain. And as I say, they've had the tournament high game to date with a 238. They're looking solid.
Mary Flower, the accurate one for the Masters. Looking for a double of her own. She's pumped up, Mary.
They're taking the challenge back to the under-21s now.
And great sportsmanship out there. I think both these teams are enjoying this battle.
Well, that's one good thing about the Masters. They've been around bowling a long, long time, and the focus is let's enjoy it. If we bowl well, great, but have fun.
Amanda Bradley now. Looking back, a strike of her own.
Oh, they're hot.
Not the same emotion that Mary showed, but I think she's pretty pleased with it. Yeah. Look at this for sportsmanship. Great to see.
Passing it on, passing it on. As I say, you can pass on the strikes, but the bowler still has to bowl the shot. That gives it turkey for the under-21s as John Willans gets up now, hopefully to secure a turkey for the Masters. They're on a double.
They're going strike for strike at the moment. The Masters and the under-21s. Willans.
Oh, it's gone high. Just trying to fit it into the pocket there.
We should probably point out that the Masters, each of the Masters has been bowling longer. The under-21s have been alive.
Ironic, isn't it? Yeah, the eldest in the under-21s is 19-year-old Brad Hampson, whereas in contrast, the Masters have been bowling 22 years, 22 years, 32 years.
This man, John Williams, looking tight. He's up to spare.
Keeps it clean this time. Now, their score is 90 at the fifth, whereas the under-21s are stringing strikes. And when they start stringing, they just keep going. As we watch David Brooker get up for his second shot in this game.
And he started with a strike.
He's given it heaps of room. It's coming back. Oh, look at those pins flying. Oh, not quite, not quite. And now the nastiest one for the right-handers. The 10-pin in the right-hand corner. As we see here, he gives it plenty of room. Ball comes back very late, which is one of the reasons why the 6-pin doesn't go back and take the 10-pin.
So he'll take a straight path here.
He'll straighten it out a little bit. As we see less, not as much cup in the wrist from corner to corner on the lane. That a boy, good cover. Solid spare.
You can afford to laugh a little bit at the moment. The under-21s who are doing a great job, and so is this man, David Brooker, 17 years of age. We'll go to a break with the Masters down by 29 pence. The Coca Cola 10-pin Classic. So far, it's the youngsters who are leading the way in this third round encounter.
Gary Bernardin got a strike on the left-hand lane, his last shot. See if he can get them fired up again. He gives it some room. It's coming up. Oh, again, fraction high on that lane.
A bit dry, right?
So he's just saying a bit drier. The right-hand lane seems to be the unpredictable one for him. He felt like it was a good shot, but hooked a bit too much at the end, and the result the same as his first shot on the right-hand lane, leaving the 16.
The Masters, all three from Brisbane, so have a bit of extra support in the crowd. Tidies up the spare, Gary Bernardin. Good, solid play. The spectacular action has been coming from the under-21s.
Well, they're sticking to their game plan, and they've only had one open frame, and directly after that open frame, they got the double to cover it, and they're staying clean. But once these younger ones get fired up, they can strike and strike and strike.
So Hampson looking for his third personal strike, and he's got a fair bit of work to do here.
Absolutely. I guess with one advantage with the technique that the younger ones use today, they're able to open up the pocket, as we say. That is, they've got a bit more area to play with. But if things go wrong, they leave some nasty messes, as we see here.
Big shot here for Brad Hampson.
Oh, no. Just taking one.
He's disappointed with that effort, but he's done a great job so far in this encounter, and that just gives the Masters a bit of a sniff.
Absolutely. They're not out of this completely. It's the 7th frame. They're on a mark. Mary Flower struck her last ball, now getting up. If they can strike out from here, the Masters are looking at a 2:18 pace.
Mary Flower, they call a pedal.
Crosses over, breaks up the baby split.
Happy about doing that at least.
Absolutely. It's much easier to look at a single pin than looking at that baby split. As we see, a little bit overturn of the ball, but manages to get the break. Yes, leaving a single 3-pin on the deck.
Moray Field here in Brisbane. Mary Flower looking to close this frame.
Lane. No problems. She crosses, she keeps clean.
And she really enjoys her bowling as well.
She loves it. She's one of the characters of the game. Such a pleasure to be around. Always comes up with the anecdotes of remember when and reminiscing, just like good masters do. They can remember the good times. And now, Amanda Bradley on the right-hand lane, looking to get the under-21s back on the striking roll. She sends it out. It's coming back. Yes!
Strike for Amanda Bradley. And does it in a no-nonsense fashion as well.
It's business as usual, shall we say. She gets up there just like she was going to work.
I'm sure it never gets boring, these strikes.
Well, that's what you're out there to do, is get strikes and good swing, good strong release. And if you repeat enough good shots, then you get enough strikes. John Willans now setting up the base frame for the Masters.
Looking to find his target.
It's crossing, looking for the mix.
All right, back on.
But no, 8 is the count there. Just not seeming to trust it on the lane in this match. He's swinging the ball quite well, but unfortunately pointing it, and that's where you've got to be able to trust the shot. Give it some room.
Good.
Going for the spare, looks good. Yes, covers that sleeper.
Never gonna miss. Never gonna miss.
He wasn't 100% confident with that. His teammates were more confident than what he was. As we see the shot for the spare, using all the lane. He's not too sure, waiting, and the ball coming back and taking the back pin.
They're enjoying this tussle, the Masters. Now David Brooker.
They're on one. Is the
Savage
second?
hook.
Yes.
Look at it.
No doubt that 10 pin was going to go that time. Very, very strong competitor, David. As long as he can keep his mental game in order, he is unbeatable out there, as we see all 10 pins disappear.
With the under-21s now grabbing a 17-pin break with 1 frame remaining.
Coca-Cola 10-Pin Bowling Classic will receive a check for $15,000, plus entry into the $1 million High Roller Tournament in Las Vegas, staying at the Gold Coast Hotel and Casino, flying Qantas, courtesy of the Australian 10-Pin Bowling Congress.
The final frame of this contest between the Masters and the under-21s. The under-21s have been doing a job on the Masters so far in this contest. Gary Bernardin, the skipper for the Masters, now up for the vital 10th and last frame. Looking to start with a strike.
He's got it on the over. Gets the break. Yes!
It wobbled, eventually fell, and he'll take it, Gary Bernardin. The opposition's happy for him. The teammates are happy for him.
Not a great shot. Crosses over, touches the head pin, gets the kickback off of that pin on the deck, and the 5-pin comes forward. And there it is. Thank you very much.
He'll be telling everyone he's been practicing that shot.
Oh, yes. As he gets up now for his bonus ball. Bit more left, cross. Oh, no, this time didn't come off. As he leaves a nasty split.
Well, he'll go for the big shot here.
Well, exactly. He's directing himself at his wrist. Overturned it. By overturning it, the ball will skid and not break up the split. He's having a look at it. Looking to slide it over. Going for the cluster of 3. Gives it a nudge. Yes! Great finish.
What a spare. Gary Bernardin. That's experience coming out.
Well, the under-21s
for the Masters.
Under-21s, give some credit to the maturer bowler that time. As the experience comes out, gives it some room and textbook stuff straight across.
And look at them applaud the opposition. They enjoyed it as much.
Oh, absolutely. And now, Captain Brad Hampson up in the 10th frame, strike out for a possible 232.
Wants to finish in a blaze of glory.
Oh, no, not this time. Ball diving a little bit at the end, giving him a 7 count. But they're still looking at a 200 pace. The juniors here, as we see the ball hooks early. Oh, gives it a kick. But the roll of 3. Now shooting for the spare. Plenty of room on the lane. Oh, and he's chopped it, but what a time to do it when you got the pins up your sleeve.
No bonus ball for Brad Hampson and the under-21s. Fortunately for them, they don't need it.
Thank you.
Final score of under-21s, 197. The Masters, 185.
The contest between the Masters and the under-21s, youth triumphing on that occasion. Back next week with more action from the Coca